Hi guys, welcome back to Android tutorial. In this part we are going to learn about another view component in Android called the radio buttons. A radio button is another essential component for creating Android forms. So you need to know more about Android radio buttons to create a much more user interactive Android forms. So in the palette window, at the right side of checkbox you can see a radio button option is present here. You can just drag it to the layout. So I just drag it. You can see a radio button is present on the layout file. But generally a radio button is used with a radio group because in some situations, example, you need to get about informations about sex, that means male and female. So in that case the user have to check only one at a time. So in that cases you need to use a radio group with radio buttons. So before using this radio button I need to create a radio group here. So in the layout I'm going to create a radio group. I just specify the layout for the radio group. Layout width is equal to, I make it as fill parent. Also specify the width. The height. I make it as wrap content. Now you have to specify the orientation of the radio buttons appear inside the radio group. So you need to specify the orientation here. Orientation is equal to, I make it as vertical. That means the radio buttons inside this radio group aligned in vertical. Also you need to specify an ID for this radio group. Android ID is equal to plus ID. I give it as R group. Okay, I just close the radio button here. Radio group here. Now you can add the radio buttons inside this radio group. So just go to the layout file. Just go to the graphical layout. So now here is on the right side of the IDE. You can see that an outline window is present here. So you need to, it is very easy to drag the radio button inside the radio group from here. So I drag one radio buttons and place it inside the radio group. You can see that a radio button is present on the radio group. Again I drag another radio button. Again it is placed inside the same radio group. Now you can see that there are two radio buttons are present inside that radio group. Also you can see it from the graphical layout. So just take a closer look to the XML file. Here is the radio group, and inside that radio group there are two radio buttons are present, radio button 1 and radio button 2. I change the text as option 1 and change it as option 2. Okay, now here there are two radio buttons are present on the layout. I make the orientation as vertical, that's why it is appear in vertical format. Now I am going to create an action listener for this radio button. So you need to create an object for the radio group, and inside that radio group you have to handle these radio buttons. So that's also that are explained in the next part of this tutorial. Okay guys, thank you for watching. See you the next part for learning how to handle these radio buttons inside the Java code. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part.